Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Moving on, approval of the minutes from the last regular meeting, which was held on March the 19th, 2024. I think we sent those out to you Friday, if y'all have had a chance to look over those. I did read them. I might point out again that I'm not an English major, and I know a couple of y'all are, but I think they look pretty close.
I think we, did we discuss the approval of the restrooms at Wright Park? Was that on there or was that not on there? Because you had Baldwin Square and then the trash ramp.
In my notes, we accepted the bids. You got it?
Okay, okay. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Because there were two different.
I gotcha.
Right.
All right, that was it. And then I guess
Okay.
REESE.
Any other questions we have or corrections? Would y'all be somebody kind enough to give us a motion?
So moved.
This time, motion made by Ms. Reese, seconded by Mr. Skelton. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Okay. Moving on past that, our next thing is recognitions, and we do not have anything tonight. I will point out to you, I think most of you are aware that the testing is going on, I think, for the elementary school, and they asked that we move them from tonight to the second meeting of this month, so that will be, they will be at our next meeting. So that's the reason we do not have the key kids here tonight, so. There you go. So, no recognitions. Now it's time to open the floor up, and we have not had anybody who got on the agenda for tonight's meeting. Is there anyone that would like to come before the meeting to council tonight or have any questions? Or so feel free. It's a pretty free night. We've got a few minutes, so. Well.
Anybody want to tell a joke? Practice your stand-up comedy?
All right. Well, with no recognitions, we have no visitors, so we'll move on to reports, announcements from the mayor and council. I don't have anything I don't think that we haven't discussed, but if you got any questions, I will gladly try to elaborate or else find the answer for you. First thing, we unfortunately have had several deaths here in our community since our last meeting. Mr. David Lucas, Ms. Curry, Ms. Farmer, Ms. Sprague. So if you see any of those, we'd like to give condolences to those families in the loss of loved ones. This past Sunday, Easter Sunday, would like to say I think the city looked very nice. We were able to get things, a lot of work done the few days before that. There was a nice Easter sunrise service that was held at Steel Creek Lodge. It was attended by a very good number of citizens, so that went very well. Appreciate all those that participated in that. Tonight in the packet, we gave you the completed audit. I think everyone should have had this in their packet for review. So if any of y'all, this is exactly what we went over with the auditor. A couple of y'all wasn't here, so you may have some questions. We can look over it. Y'all can certainly bring it back up. But later on tonight, we'll ask that you accept the audit from the past meeting. Also, we have the 6-month financial report, which I'm required to give to the council to let you see our financial accounts and where we stand, and open the floor for any discussion. So probably Jessica would be the very best person to answer that of anybody here, but if y'all have any questions or anything, I'd like for y'all to just take a minute, if you would, and look over it. Okay, we can certainly come back to that as y'all study it a little bit in the meeting tonight, and we'll address it tonight, or else we can bring it back up 2 weeks from tonight at the meeting. But anyway, I wanted y'all to have that. Did want you to know, after our last meeting, we did sign the contract with the builder, and George, I think we got everything in order for the addition at the trash ramp to be starting very soon, and is that correct? Yeah, they'd said it would take a few weeks. I knew that wouldn't be started by now, but maybe we can get an approximate date, at least by the next council meeting, if you could, okay? You can see the van that we added a step for to try to help the people that was getting in and out. We told you we had a couple people that stumbled in one of the new vans, so I think that was good. See, we got a couple of people from trash and sanitation here in the back, but it's my understanding the new garbage truck, they have told us, will be delivered by the end of the month. Travis, is that correct? Okay, so hopefully we'll have that here soon. We have signed all the paperwork with the contractor. Spoke with them earlier today, and they said that they would give an approximate start date by the end of this week for the sidewalks to get started. So I think everything is set up and in place there. The pay-as-you-go street paving, hopefully that is still scheduled for next Wednesday, the 10th. The bids on those. On those same lines, we have received a letter from the county asking us to give them the next streets that we would like in the pay-as-you-go. We have to have that by the last day of this month. So if y'all would, please, we can either have a workshop next week, or y'all can send me an email, do something where we can all agree on what it is y'all would like to see paved. You know, I know it's a bit confusing because we're trying to get some grants. We're still working on a couple of the streets that we've been discussing. So if y'all have any questions on any of that, let me know. And if not, I'll either take what y'all give me, or we'll try to identify the couple of streets as, you know, the most in need for repaving. The water sewer project is continuing to progress over there. If y'all went down and looked at the work going on over around the I-65 service road and down West Oak, South Oak, in that area. Get the city calendar in here so you can see the dates that we have. It's in your packet tonight. Pass that down. Like I said, it's been a busy couple of weeks since the last council meeting, but I think things are going pretty good. And if there's any questions on anything that we got going, please let me know. But if not, I think I've covered all of the things that I had on the list for me to cover tonight. So with that being said, if y'all don't have anything further from me, I'll move to public services and from Mr. Little.
Once again, thanks to everybody as far as the trash ramp upgrades. I think it's going to be a nice little improvement and, you know, help, especially new trucks that's coming and all the different stuff that goes on down there. It's pretty busy and active down there at that trash ramp most all the time, in and out. Also, that step does look good on the van. I think that's everybody that will help, you know, some people out as far as that. As far as the seniors, talking about the van, we made 37 trips to different doctor's appointments, different things, just a couple of visits as far as social trips, but a total of 39 trips it made. put right at 1,000 miles on the van. The number of clients on our Meals on Wheels, we delivered 880 meals to 44 different clients. Over in our building department, we had 29 new permits for March. We also have 26 building and trade inspections that we've done, 2 nuisance complaints that we looked at. We have 50 active permits right now, 72 permits so far this year, and 120 inspections for the year so far. And then over in sanitation, you know, number 5 sanitation truck got a good bit of work done to it. And as far as different things, number 8, we done a few things to it as far as some ABS lights and stuff. Other than that, I think that's about all right at the moment. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Little. Mr. Butler, Public Safety.
Yes, sir. On the fire department, we got a new Hal Metro extrication for the firehouse subs. We got last Thursday, and they're in service. For the month reports for the fire department, we got emergency medical calls, we got 53. Fire-related calls, 4. Stretcher fire, we got 3. Wood and grass fire, we got 3. Mow vehicle fire was 1. Motor vehicle accident, we had 3. Mutual aid given was 3. Mutual aid received was 1. Automatic aid given for Saraland, we got 1. And other calls was 13. Hazardous materials incidents, we had 0. Water rescue was 0, and for the calls for the month of March was 85. And then the police department, for the month of March, we got calls of service 715. Felony cases, we had 6. Felony arrest, 4. Misdemeanor cases was 76. Misdemeanor arrest, 47. Traffic accidents was 4. Traffic citations, 227. And then municipal ordinance citations, we had 3. And for the calls for the service month was 676. And that's all I have for the public.
Okay. Do you have anything else, Mr. Butler?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Moving over to administration, Mr. Skelton.
I don't have anything.
Going over to Parks and Recreation, Ms. Reese.
Yes, sir. I'm looking over these expenditures and find it a bit alarming that the utilities at Lions Park is already at $29,000, which is $10,000 over the budget, while Wright Park only sits at $5,600. I suggest that somebody do an audit of Alabama Power and see what is happening there, because I guess it'd be projected for maybe $60,000 for the year. That doesn't seem right. And what did we do at Wright Park that we're already $5,000 over the budget? We've spent $20,000 already. Did we do any kind of work was done? You know, Travis? Y'all just change light bulbs out? Can I get a breakdown of the parks expenditures? Okay. No, I mean, like, actually where the $20,000 came from Wright Park, like, everything that was charged to it. No, so I guess, the power bill, I don't know what you guys are spending, but it says it's already at 20,000. I'm talking about the improvements at Wright Park for $20,581 so far. And then, I don't know what we did at Baldwin Square that cost $15,000. Do you know, Travis? I just would like to know where the money's going. It just seems off, I guess. And then the splash pad, are we using the splash pad now? Because it's already at 50%. Seems like that wouldn't open until, yeah, so I don't understand how we've already spent $2,400 at the splash pad for utilities. So if I could get, you may just highlight the ones and give it to you? Okay. And then I have a list of things from Travis that were done. Clean the restrooms throughout the week. Maintain the park over the weekend. Picked up limbs and debris. Purchased new hedges to replace the dead plants at Baldwin Square. Trimmed hedges at the lodge. Edged sidewalks at Baldwin Square. Spread mulch in the playground area at Wright Park. Put out weed killer on stone sidewalk at the chapel. Trimmed hedges in front of the community center. Pressure washed the bleachers at Lyons and Wrights Park. And pressure washed the playground equipment at Wright Park. I bet that looks nice. Trimmed shrubs along the roadway at Wright. And then filled new planters at the library with leaves and topsoil. And I did want to mention that the library is having, it's not a plant sale, it's a plant trade on Thursday. I think it's from 11 to 4. But there's no money to be exchanged, but they would like for you to bring a plant or some seeds or some kind of gardening items to swap and exchange with some items that are already going to be there. It says, celebrate spring at Satsuma Public Library. Bring your starters, seeds, and plants to share and swap. Thursday, April 4th, it's an open house from 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So that's this Thursday. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Reese.
You're welcome.
Public Works, Mr. Phillips.
Mayor, since the last council meeting, Public Works has completed the following jobs here. They've cleaned ditches and drains in Cherokee Park, Highway 43, Vons, and Hartley Road. Picked up paper on 43, Old 43, the Service Road, Marlow, 5th Street. We filled in a sinkhole on Bonds. Travis, how bad was that sinkhole? Okay. Okay, I was just curious how big it was. Also cut grass on Highway 43, Old 43, Baker Road, Cherokee Park, Wrights and Lyons Park, then the east side of the city. Picked up limbs throughout the city. The leaf vacuum is down. Is it back up yet? Okay. Just a lot of people throughout the city was asking, and I told them it was down. I just didn't know how long. Okay, we also weed eated throughout the city. Filled potholes on Thomas and Norton, and had the county come out and grade the dirt roads and level out the leaf pile at the ramp. And that's all I got, Mayor.
But you touched on that, running the dozer over at that leaf pile. If you hadn't went over and looked at the amount of debris and leaves that have been picked up in the last 6 or 8 weeks, it's amazing the size of those piles that took that dozer pretty well all day to get out and smooth out what they had been bringing over there. That leaf vac, it runs. We run it, and but it's like everything else mechanical. I mean, it's, you know, it's got a little age on it, and running it 50 hours a week like we've been doing is definitely, you know, it'll break down, and you can always tell whenever we have it offline for a day or two, because the piles really add up. So, okay, that completes the reports analysis from the mayor and council. Y'all have anything else before we move on past that? Next thing tonight is items for discussion and/or consideration. First thing listed as A is payment of the bills.
Make a motion, we pay the bills in the amount of $106,992.66.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Skelton to pay the bills in the set amount. It was seconded by Mr. Butler. Is there any discussion? If no,
I second that, Mayor.
You didn't, you weren't fast enough.
Went fast enough.
all right, well, we'll say it was seconded by both
fine.
Mr. Phillips and by Mr. Butler.
I beat you
Uh,
over there.
I didn't know we was racing.
I didn't need, so that's, but either one of y'all can second the motion, but is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay, at 6:15 tonight, we had a public hearing for application from Prentice and Susie Smith to annex property on Ryle Street into the city. It's a house that I think most people thought was already in the city. We had a public hearing. There was no comments received or any questions. So I guess tonight we will make a motion to approve the annexing of the property and then have a resolution for our next council meeting. Is that,
That's fine, yes, correct, and it has to be an ordinance, but.
or an ordinance? We'll do an ordinance annexing the property. So if I can get a motion to proceed with the annexing of the property, we will have an ordinance for the next meeting.
I'll put that in the motion.
Second.
Mr. Phillips made a motion, seconded by Mr. Skelton. So we will have that in an ordinance for y'all next week. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
C, discussion and consideration of awarding bid for one oak tree on Oakdale Avenue. And we discussed this at the last meeting. A couple of y'all were out of town or sick last time, but if y'all have had a chance to go by and look, you still have the tape wrapped around the three of them. That I understand that we've had two different people call from over there. They're kind of large trees. They're in the power. If y'all all had a chance to go by, because there was some discussion of what trees it was and where exactly they was at, so we made sure we marked it in case there was any.
Travis, you're 100% sure they're on city property? None of them's on private?
I think that was what our concern was, Mr. Butler and Mr. Little, that it wasn't, just by the pictures, it just looked really kind of close to the road, but apparently there's so many feet it needs to be from the middle of the street, is right? Isn't that what y'all said, how it's measured?
It's right there where the ditch is right against the pavement. So you take a photograph, it looks like the tree's back in the yard, but it's really only just a few feet off of the road. And it's really a large tree, and we got a pretty good price. I think Reed was the low bid, correct? After I went and looked at them again, I was really surprised we got the bid that low, I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a good price. So,
I went by and looked at them.
do y'all have any problem with, let's go ahead and awarding? We accepted the bids last time. We just got to award the bid, the low bid to Reed. Okay. And that's basically the same thing that was on the D, discussion, consideration, awarding the bid for the two oak trees. We accepted the bids at the last meeting, so So I guess if we accept the motion just to award the low bid tonight for both trees, we can just do that. Can I get a motion to award the bids to remove the 2 oak trees of C and D for Reed Tree Service?
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Ms. Reese, seconded by Mr. Little. To go ahead and award the bid. Any questions? All those in favor signify by aye. All right, we'll get them called tomorrow. Okay, the audit is here tonight. It has been finalized. So if, we had the, presentation at our last meeting from Wilkins Miller. Aaron Jones, I think, was the lead person that spoke to us the most. They came out and met with us one night a couple of weeks prior to finishing it up, and then they presented it to the council. At our last meeting, we convened at 5:30 p.m. and stayed about 45 minutes, and they answered those questions there. So if y'all don't mind, we can go ahead and accept the audit for tonight. If y'all don't want to, you can put it off.
I'm okay to go ahead and accept
All right.
it.
I'll take that as a motion by Mr. Little. Can I get a second?
Second.
Ms. Reese seconded the motion. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Okay, any opposed? The last thing that we have tonight, that we have listed, is discussion and consideration of Jessica Jones attending a conference in Point Clear. Jessica, can you give the council a little information? When is the conference and what's the cost?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Butler, seconded by Mr. Skelton, approving the city clerk attending the conference in Point Clear. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. Well, we have covered all of the items on the agenda tonight, and almost a record time, only 31 minutes. Is there any other questions, comments? What do y'all think about how you'd like to get together? And would y'all like just to present an email to us back that we can look at some streets? Obviously, you know, we can get 2 or 3 small streets possibly done, or maybe one larger street for the next pay-as-you-go. But I would like for everybody to look at it and see.
I'd like to see a workshop on it, where we can sit down and talk about it. Pardon me?
Yeah.
Have we done used
Why is
up
it so
most of
quick,
those?
Jessica? I mean, why we get notice this week,
have a
gotta have it
pretty
in by
good
next
list.
week?
Mayor from,
Yeah. We do, but I mean,
I'm saying.
every time there seems to be questioning what streets we did and where we're at. And it is confusing because we've used different funds or different grants to do some streets. And sometimes things progress faster with one than they do the other. But, yeah, we can have you a list of the streets before the end of the week on what we've done, what we kind of already got in the hopper, because we've already got several things that we're working on. I thought we had the Civil Southeast tonight, that request they had. Okay. All right.
I think Travis and George could give us a list of what they would deem as most in need of repairs, and I would go with, what they recommend.
well, and I know what I was kind of getting to also is, James, helped with that list.
Right,
I know
yeah, we already got some lists, what I'm saying. We can show you what we did, we've already resurfaced a couple of those that
Yeah.
they had.
And then from what I'm hearing, I mean, if anybody's got any other streets they want to add in there, I guess you could, put them on there and then
Okay.
decide.
Okay.
Got two questions too, Mayor. On the page you go now, when do they start Thomas and Powers? I mean, we're taking, last one, we ain't even got the one we did last term,
They bid them next Wednesday.
next Wednesday. Okay.
That's usually,
All
it's like
right.
a 2 year.
And, on Avondale,
When you submit, it's usually like 2 years.
you had any updates on Avondale? I mean, we resurfaced that and Saraland Waters destroyed it.
Yes, I've had a few conversations with Saraland Water Board regarding repair of the streets over there and told them that we're requesting that they professionally repair the streets instead of just putting some asphalt whenever they do have to make some repairs. And they have had to make some repairs over there, there's no doubt. So, I mean, it's gonna be hard to force them to,
We can fix them and send them a bill. I mean, just saying it's been going on now for what, 6 months? Or better, and they took no action.
well, they did go in and
Put
make
some
some
dirt in the
repairs,
holes,
didn't they?
put some dirt in the holes.
They did patch the,
Say they were brand new roads. Brand new
They were.
roads. They're in bad shape. A lot of people over there is asking about it. You know?
yes, sir. That part of the city still owns Saraland Water.
know.
So,
You know, Mayor, if that
Okay.
is an issue, City of Mobile got real strict about that with their own, with malls. And they have to pay, you know, they have it set out what they gotta pay and what they've gotta do and fix it when they cut us, particularly a new street, in an ordinance form. If it's a persistent problem, we could do something like that too. I think just maybe that part that's Saraland's the only problem, because the other part is stuff that we do,
right.
so.
Well, we have tried to, any major repair, we try to have it professionally repaired now in the city, so we don't have those problems anymore. We contract that out, the repair of the streets, when we have to tear them or dent them or repair. Okay. We will get y'all an email by early next week and let y'all see the other streets we got going and let you know if anything else goes. And if y'all have anything y'all'd like to put back, you can just respond and let us know. Okay? I appreciate everybody attending tonight. It's been a quiet, fast meeting. I guess the rain had everybody held off.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion made by Ms. Reese, seconded by Mr. Skelton to adjourn. All in favor? We are adjourned.